Hello everyone. Recently I came back from Kherson and I've got a few stories, a few things to share with you. Maybe they're not going to be special for some of you, but I think that for many of you, you will probably learn something new or hear something interesting and unfortunately sad. My team and I, so some members from my church, and also other volunteers from Italy that have been visiting Ukraine since the second day of the war. They've done an amazing job. So we went to the Kherson region. We visited Sokorivka, Mikhailivka, Novovorontsovo, and other villages in that area. First of all, once you enter any of those villages, it's really sad to see the destroyed houses, or half destroyed. Some of them had roofs, some of them didn't. Some of them had windows, some of them didn't. And the people, the locals of any of those villages, of course a lot of them look sad, but a lot of them also, a big part of them also look, I cannot say that it's very sad or depressed, but it's just like almost indifferent to what is going on. I think that they got used to just not having anything and to living in this kind of pressure and at this risk of dying any day, really. Sorry? He says he's lived here for 46 years.
Щось треба робити. Оце попала зараза остання, така зажатина в веранді і криша.
These cities are bombarded almost every day, if not many times per day. The artillery, the Russian artillery, is just across the river, which is like a few kilometers away from many of those villages. It's crazy to hear the stories that a lot of those people told me.
So now we fixed a little bit so we can live.
Оце трошки осталося, то це наш тут гардероб. Оце мої діти 6 років їздили в Польщу на заробітки.
My children...
Артилерії о ракета.
Це артилерія чи ракети?
Артилерія. Артилерія.
Отут
Artillery.
ми не знаємо, все згоріло і
My children, he says, for
Отут
6 years
стирчало,
they
отак.
went to Poland, earned some money and fixed a lot of things here.
От там стирчало щось таке.
Prendere dei soldi e tornare a sistemare.
Купили вони техніку, всю свою землю.
They bought the
Десь
land,
взявся цей чорт.
they bought a lot of
Теж нам сім'ю.
equipment,
Hanno comprato gli
Тепер ми це що
strumenti
нам
to
робили?
build
and
this.
now
E ora è tutto distrutto.
Хто нам що дасть?
Che hanno costruito. Sono andati per 6 anni in Polonia, hanno comprato, hanno guadagnato, sono venuti qua, hanno comprato e ora è tutto distrutto.
Ti sto dicendo, vedi come le situazioni sono tutte.
Це тільки
you hear the stories, what they've been through, and you kind of stop complaining about your little problems.
Виживали, можна так сказати. Всі. Хліба хотілося, це не передати, як хотілося хліба. Коржі вже за 7 місяців, а хліба хотілося, він аж снився нам той хліб.
Що росіяни взагалі тут робили?
Стріляли, крали, обкрадали, ось зайти в дома, подивитися, всі двері виламані, все на світі.
Казали, що дітей на коліна ставили.
Да.
Внука ставили на порозі.
А
Саша,
що, на що вони? Ну, вони нічого не казали, так?
Нічого вони не казали.
он Саша в нас
а він
залишився, Саша, в нас один молодий, 30 років, мама інвалід. І це, так вони ж теж здівалися і автомат підставляли. Ось ранений мужчина в нас, оце осколочне ранення приїхав. Помирали люди, дуже жалко, звісно. Якщо була б хоча б перша медицинська допомога оказана, то може б і жили.
А вони тут стріляють, тут приїжджають і оказують допомогу.
Вони постріляли, приїхали, подивилися, що вони наробили опять.
Нас сараї гаражі позбивали,
Утром привезли
приїхали,
м'ясо,
на другий день познімали.
А вечором
вечором дом обстріляли бомбами. Поїли? Надо оцей дом ось, взагалі, він навхрест перестріляний.
І застряли у цьому підвалі.
дуже витягнули.
Курей дуже багато поїли вас.
Собаки поїли.
Ні, вони свиней їли, коров,
Вони стріляли,
і в людей їли, і в людей їли,
забирали
вони
ляшки.
підвали обкрадали, забирали закатку, тушонку, все
Люди
вони
лежачі, вони
їли.
прийшли, обшук
Ми
робили.
кажемо,
скрізь.
нам
Вона
їсти
каже,
треба, ви вже зайшли, дайте нам їсти. Ну це ж як це. А вони пішли, в додому забрали, до нас принесли. Хто просить, тому й дають. Ми, якщо чесно, ті, хто залишився, зберегли район. Зберегли район, а іначе б його
Зрівняли.
зрівняли. Так.
А начальство не хоче зберігати.
А начальство наше не хоче його зберігати, хоче, щоб всі виїжджайте в Кривий Ріг, срочно виїжджайте в Кривий Ріг. Чого? Ми хочемо тут жити у
Ми
своїй
там в Кривому
квартирі.
Розі теж не
А
надо.
Кривий Ріг же ж він цей не безрозмірний, же ж правильно. Ми хочемо жити у себе, в себе все. У нас в кожного є якесь хазяйство, є дачі, є квартири, а там їхати, за що жити? За що жити? За ті 2 тисячі, які не виплачують. А треба ж за квартиру платити, за комунальні платити, за все треба. Государство нам такого не дасть. Вона не хоче відкривати нас лікарню, вона гімназію в нас закриває, вона нічого не хоче наша наша.
Yeah, they have no electricity supply, no gas, no water, and the winter is coming or has come already by the time you watch this video. But they still keep going.
Світла немає.
А зараз тут теж ночують чи ні?
Ну да.
Да?
А де ж в хаті немає вікон? В хаті немає вікон.
А не холодно вам?
Холодно.
Холодно.
Зриваємося, у діті спимо.
It was also a bit sad because we brought some humanitarian aid, so that was our mission, to bring some help and also, of course, to talk with them, to tell them the gospel, and to tell them that Jesus loves them, that God hasn't forgotten them, and yeah, we talked about this as well. We tried to comfort them, which was really difficult, because how can you tell the people that everything is going to be fine and you are going to be safe when they have gone through so much. We also had some moments such as lack of aid, because I remember the last village that we visited was Vysokopila in that trip, and we were distributing some food and we heard many stories. But as we were finishing, some more people started to come up to us, and we realized we had run out of food, had run out of the supply that we brought to them. And I will never forget the eyes of one old man. He was walking up to me and he was holding like a stick, and his hands were shaking, and he was like, can I get some help? And I looked at him and I said, sorry, we run out of the packages. And the frustration in his eyes was unbelievably sad. It was so difficult. At that moment, I wanted to drop everything and just run to KYIV and buy something, but I realized it was, of course, impossible to do at that moment. And many of those people came, and we just, unfortunately, we couldn't have enough for them. There was also one woman, and when I asked her, like, what are the things that we could bring? For example, I said that there are some people who are staying near, and they will come next day and probably, bring you some vegetables and maybe other food. And she said, I want bananas. And I thought she was kidding, but she meant what she said. She was like, I love bananas, and I haven't eaten them for like maybe 8 or more or longer, for 8 months or longer, and I want bananas. I love them. I just wanted to cry when I realized that she was serious about it, and I told her, you know what? Next time I'm gonna bring you some bananas. And actually, I asked my friend Nikolai, he's a chaplain over there, and the next day he brought her some bananas. And the face that I saw in the picture of her with Nikolai, her and bananas was just amazing. Now every morning when I have my bananas, I keep thinking about that woman, that what I have every day is somebody's dream. What I can buy at a store at any moment, basically, it is somebody's dream. We also visited some military, and we brought some generators and some help for them as well. Also, amazing stories. Of course, I cannot share all of them due to time, and maybe I shouldn't as well. But there was one story of one commander of a tank battalion, probably, and he said that they are running out of vehicles and tanks in particular, that they had 3 tanks that had been through really heavy battles, and all of the 3 tanks, it's not all they had, but those 3 tanks in particular were hit and had to be fixed and had to go again, to fight. And the crew of these tanks had to go a few times in a row with the same tanks. So basically, because of this lack of tanks, they have to use the same vehicles over and over again, having that risk of of the tanks being broken at any moment. Also, I talked to another commander. His name is Evgeny. He is such a kind guy. He's not small, he's quite big, but he's really, really kind, and he's really courageous. I've heard his stories as well, and I have in my heart I have a desire to help him, and I want to collect some money for him, particularly to buy an SUV or Outlander, a car to go to the front lines, because he's a commander of a big unit and he doesn't have a car. He has some car that he is allowed to use, that's a sedan, an old sedan, and he cannot, of course, go to the front lines with it, and he wants to and he needs to. So I don't know, I just have a strong feeling to help him. So I am going to raise a fund, something like that. I just want to collect some money for him, and so that he can add it up to his sum of money that he has already collected, and maybe buy himself a vehicle that is going to be appropriate for the front lines, for those roads, because those roads are damaged, and some of them are completely damaged, so you need at least an Outlander to drive there. So many stories and many things to share, but just some general things that I wanted to tell you. Keep praying for Ukraine, keep thinking about us, keep helping us, whether it's financially or just saying good words and remembering, spreading the news, spreading the stories all over the world, whenever you're watching me from. God bless Ukraine, God bless you, thank you for your attention.
Те, що нам треба зробити,
È credere
це просто вірити,
che Dio
що Бог
vi ama.
Questo tempo.
Hello, street. Hello, it's a new horizon. If you're ready for a break, you can open up and just receive. 'Cause what he's pouring out is
просто щоб ви щось пообіцяли.
Я молився в ім'я Отця і Сина і Святого Духа. Амінь. I accept you as Savior of my life.
Я приймаю тебе як свого Спасителя. Я отримую твій дух.
Una capitolare sul